Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306 back with another review video. So yeah, I have yet another true wireless pair of earbuds to review. And the company that sent these to me, when I looked at the Amazon link, it said it was unavailable, so I actually couldn't find a price. I'll obviously correct. I'll put a little text sticker thing here with whatever the price is. Hopefully by the time I have the video ready to upload, there will be an actual listing price. But just looking at these, I can't imagine these would be more than about 30 bucks ish, and especially looking at the feature set. So this model is the S50. You can see here it's sort of the very AirPods Pro style earbuds. You could say it has taken quite a considerable amount of design cues from AirPods. And yeah, additionally, you can see it has the battery indicator as well as the percentage remaining in the battery case. And so here, yeah, etc., etc., SBC, etc. That's the audio transmission codec. And yeah, nothing else really technical on the box here, just symbols. From what I read, this guy does not have active noise canceling. It's not really, it's not really made to do that, I guess. The type of ceiling that it has, I can already tell it's not going to be good enough to really have good active noise cancellation. So anything would just be passive. We have front and center already, the earbuds themselves. We'll get to them in a sec. We have a bunch of goodies in here. Oh, we have a little lanyard. That's nice. We have world's shortest Type-C cable. Good to see that's Type-C though. Not world's shortest. It's about like 6 or 8. Okay, probably about 8 inches. 6 or 8 inches. So yeah, at least it's Type-C. That's definitely a plus. And we have extra tips. It looks like the large and the small are in here, and probably the mediums are on the buds themselves. So we have instructions, and that's it. Nothing else in the box. It's one of these accordion style road maps. I hate these kind of... Okay, whatever. It is at least... Oh, so 3 languages, and we only care about English, so I'll just fold this over. It has nice graphics, I'll tell it that, and aesthetically it's pleasing with like the green accents and whatnot. So yeah, how to connect it, etc., etc. The way that you can control it, apparently it's double press to play pause, and to switch song you have to hold the touch sensor. Oh yeah, it is a touch sensor, by the way, but you have to hold it for 2 seconds to track skip. Volume is you just click it once. I like that this has built-in volume control. I think all earbuds should it's a lot more convenient if you have your phone in your pocket and then the next track, all of a sudden the volume's too loud. You can easily control the volume. I like that. To switch it on and off manually, you hold the button for 4 seconds. And yeah, answering calls, hanging up, and voice assistant, etc., etc. So yeah, anyway, I think that's kind of all. Oh, there's actually 6 languages. So yeah. So probably never going to need this, but we'll just fold it up nicely anyway. So yeah, we have the earbuds themselves, and this has an interesting sort of feature. It has like an eyelet. I guess you could put it in either through the side, or you can put the lanyard through the hole in the top. Though if you do this, it's likely to open itself. So I'm guessing, yeah, maybe if you had like, this is for, I don't know, like a carabiner or something. Yeah, I would probably fish this through the side, because if you have this on the wrist strap and you drop it or something, or there's a large shock, your lid is just going to pop open, so that's no good. So yeah, probably for the side is the better bet. We have the Type-C connector on the bottom. It just says in. It's engraved into the plastic. Okay. And we have a little protective film, so let's peel that off. There we go. And yeah, one of these like really nice white LED displays. Pretty nice looking. Just looking at the plastic, it is super glossy. They gave me the white color. It apparently, in the picture, it shows it also comes in black. The black would probably be easier to see fingerprints on. So white probably is the better bet in terms of if you don't like seeing smudges all over shiny plastic. But yeah, I mean, the hinge feels okay. It's not great, not horrible. The magnet is a little weak, I will say. So it's not as fun to play with as some of the other cases I've tried before. And the lid doesn't prop open. Like some of them, they'll snap and they'll kind of click open into place and give a little more resistance to closing it. This does not do that. So anyway, we have the earbuds themselves, which are just these little guys. Very nice, like silver accent on the outside that makes it more interesting than if the whole thing were white. The earbud portion is not as bulky as some of the other models. This is very much, I mean, if you look at it at this angle, I would excuse you if you thought that these were AirPod Pros. They look very much so until you turn them around. We have an LED indicator there. We have the charging contacts and a mic at the bottom there. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm guessing the battery is probably just stuffed somewhere in the middle. This is probably just hollow plastic and wires. Yeah, in terms of ease of getting them out of the case, pretty easy. Most of the head is exposed above the lip. Some of these that recess the buds a little too much are really hard to get out, especially with the glossy plastic. And let's give it the shake test. We lost one, but I was shaking that pretty hard. So, I mean, yeah, under normal circumstances, these won't just fly out. If you drop it, they probably will. If you drop it from any normal average height. We can see in here, it actually has some more information. It says voltage, 5 volts, 1 amp, etc. The battery, I guess they mean in the case, is 500 milliamp hours, which is a decent capacity. I don't think this said had any technical information about yeah, it doesn't have any technical information about like the buds, how much capacity in each bud. I guess I'll put down below right here what the rated lifetime, the battery runtime is. But yeah, as long as it's something around 4+ hours, I find most of the time that I'm using these types of earbuds, I'll use them for like an hour or two at a time, and then I'll have to get up and do something, so I'll just put them back in the case to charge anyway. So I've never really ran into the problem, honestly, of, oh, my earbuds are dead and like I have to wait for them to charge. It's just never really been a problem, honestly. But yeah, overall, so far, pretty good construction. I mean, let's do the ear test. Oh, these are comfortable. Oh, wow. That is interesting. And, yeah, let me take them out so I'm not yelling. Actually, do you know what? I was saying before that the noise isolation wouldn't be so good. These actually do a pretty good job already, I can tell. Once I stick them in my ear, they fit like really nicely. It's just like the shape and the size of the tip is perfect, and just passive noise isolation is pretty good, actually. I think mediums are the right size for my ears, and they're really comfortable so far. I mean, I'll have to give you the verdict after I've worn these for like a couple hours in a row. That's really where you know where earbud comforts are. If you can't wear earbuds for like more than like an hour, they're uncomfortable. If you can wear them for a couple hours in a row and you forget that they're in your ears, other than from the sound of them, they're pretty good. So anyway, what I'm going to actually do is give these a thorough run through. I'm likely going to take these to work and just wear them like over the course of pretty much the majority of an 8-hour workday. And I'll do that for about a week or two to make sure like these charge up properly and they don't die. And I'll get back to you on how I find like the connection quality, the battery life, the sound quality, all that kind of jazz. Anyway, I will see you guys in a sec. Okay, so I've been using this guy for, it's been well over 3 weeks by now. Sorry it took so long to get this video out. I'm in an absolute crap fest in terms of packing and everything. Anyway, so I've been taking these to work. I've been using them for pretty extended amounts of time, like usually around like 2 or 3 hours at a time. And there are things I like about this and things I think could be improved. Now, I wasn't quite sure how the fit would work out. because they don't actually go into your ears, they just kind of press. These are very much so the AirPod Pro style, where they just sort of seal up against kind of the rim of your ear hole, I guess is what you want to call it. And so, like noise canceling, like passive noise cancellation, it definitely kind of muffles the sound, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as the ones that actually go into your ear canal. Though I will say these are notably more comfortable. I can wear these for significantly longer periods of time without pretty much any discomfort that I found. I actually just leave these in my ears even when I'm not listening to music. I kind of forget that they're in there. And so yeah, just comfort and convenience, these are fantastic. One thing I did note that the battery life seems to be pretty decent on the buds for like a 4 hour playtime. I never actually hit that, low battery cutoff. And so by the time I was done with these, I just chuck them in the case. The one thing I will say is the case. I'm expecting somewhere along the lines of maybe like 4 recharges ish. Uh, and that's assuming that the buds themselves are fully recharged. So the case itself doesn't seem to have like a massive battery in it. It's fairly light. This is borderline what I would consider. Well, it fits in your pocket. I like to put my earbuds in that little coin pocket that you have, and this will barely fit in that because it has this slight hump. It's just a little bit too kind of tall there. But if you just put it in the regular part of your pocket, these will fit absolutely no problem. Compared to a lot of other chunky cases, I think they chose the right format in terms of how thin this is. I prefer, to have a rounder, fatter shape, but make it thinner so that it slides in and out of your pocket really easily. I liked having the wrist strap too. That's pretty convenient to just pull it out by the wrist strap of your pocket. I like the LED display. It's very nice looking. It tells you, exactly what you need to know. Buds are charging, 76% power remaining. USB-C is fantastic on it. The only thing is maybe the magnetic clasp on the lid is a little weaker than I'd expect. Uh, you know, not really expecting these to stay in if you drop this. These will probably go pinging off pretty easily, so just keep that in mind. Just don't drop it. Easy solution. Yeah, glossy plastic. For the white, I don't really notice. I mean, it does kind of get fingerprints if you look at an angle, but when you look at it head on, you don't really notice any fingerprints. So between the black and the white, if they're both glossy, I'd probably go with the white. But oddly enough, in the picture, the black looks like kind of matte, so I really can't say. Maybe the white is glossy and the black is matte. I would have preferred, generally speaking, matte plastics over glossy, but I mean, at least for the white, it doesn't show fingerprints, super obviously. The other thing is, might be a little bit worried about this hinge, long term, how that's going to hold up, because it is all plastic, and it does seem like if I really wanted to, I could pretty easily snap it off. I'm gonna try not to do that, but time will tell just from opening and closing this how long that actually lasts. This is fun to play with, I will say though, but I wish the magnetism was a little bit stronger. The earbuds themselves, there's like a little bit of compliance, but I've never had an issue where they actually didn't charge while in the case. The connection is pretty solid. As for the earbuds themselves, I like the touch sensor is just on this part, so when you're grabbing it to insert it, you can either do it by the stem or by this outer part. Never had a trouble with accidentally touching the touch sensor, and when I didn't intend to actually control it. So placement's pretty good, sizing's pretty good. I like how it puts kind of most of the weight of the bud when you're putting it in your ear kind of on this larger surface here, and this is just for sealing it, so you're not depending on the silicone tip to actually hold it in your ear. And I was able to actually eat with these in my ear, which is a pretty rare occurrence. Usually earbuds and eating don't work out very well. They usually fall out pretty easily, but these fit in securely and comfortably enough that I was able to eat with them, and I didn't feel like they would just pop out of my ears while I was eating. So fantastic on that. Aesthetically, they look interesting. I mean, just from this side, you'd swear that these are AirPods, but I kind of like how they did the two-tone silver on the outside to differentiate it so that, these are not AirPods. One thing I will say is the build quality is, let me just get a close-up of this, is there's like a little seam around here, and you can see how it's put together. It doesn't match up exactly, which that doesn't really bother me too much, but I would be worried about this over time after using this for like a year or two, that this could open up. It doesn't seem like it's super well adhered in there. They probably just use some kind of glue to attach that. So that could be potentially an issue down the line, just to keep an eye on that. They are fairly light though, so I'm guessing the battery is just like probably a tiny little coin cell in here. I don't see how they could have fit a battery inside the stem. That would be absolutely minuscule, though I guess it's possible. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen, more advanced features like active ANC, pass-through mode, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, for buds that don't actually seal into your ear, I would question how effective they would be anyway. Another thing to note, sound quality. These are pretty bass heavy, and sometimes a little bit harshly so at the expense of, mid-range and upper frequencies. So if you're a bass head, then you'll love these. If you want clarity over bass, or you want something more subtle bass-wise, these probably are not for you. Depending on what exactly you're listening to, the bass can be pretty overwhelming, and while you can EQ that out, depending on what you're listening to, if it's on a computer or an MP3 player or whatever, you could always compensate in software, but I think naturally these are very bassy earbuds, so you're probably best off looking at another pair that's more balanced to begin with, and you can always tune the EQ up or down depending on that situation. But yeah, these are pretty beefy sounding, let me put it that way. So yeah, overall, pretty happy with these. I can definitely see myself leaving these in my backpack as a emergency pair of earbuds. What kind of keeps me from absolutely loving this is I really do like having ANC functionality. So yeah, probably I'm not the target audience for this. I would end up using these in a pretty noisy environment. For office use, absolutely no issue. I could definitely recommend these. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I will have links to where you can find these down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.